Welcome to Women at the Top, where we share professional journeys to inspire yours.
Hello, I'm your host, Max Zhang, founder of Hip Prosperity. Today, I'm excited to have Priyanka on the show. Priyanka, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Hey, hi. My name is Priyanka Patel. Currently, I'm working as a product designer in the startup, and that's a really fun product which I'm working on. And yeah, I'm here to share my journey.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So right now, you're the lead product designer at Velocity.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And can you tell us a little bit more about your journey? Like, how did you get to where you are?
That's definitely, it's not a linear process. I started my career as a web designer, working around like 4.5 years around that. After that, I moved to US. So it's definitely a more like a culture shift for me. So in beginning of the years, I worked as a freelancer designer around like 3 years. And as my background was in like a development side, I did my master in that area. So I want to try doing like little bit of coding sides, and I got the opportunity in some of the enterprise company, and I work around like 2.5 years for over there, working as a front end developer. But I always feel like my heart is in designing side, and I feel like I can grow over there more. So I just moved back to my current role as a product designer, and I'm working like more than 2 years in my current one.
Okay, that's awesome. And definitely, as you said, journey is never a linear path. And have to kind of get some experience there, and then eventually that kind of leads to your path in other places. But at the same time, our listeners probably thinking about, I want to be able to get to your place as soon as possible. Like, what would you tell them?
There is actually definitely no shortcuts. There is a process, and that process makes you where you are. For me, it's definitely all the parts are learning process. And if you tell me that anything I like to skip it, I say no, because every steps teach me something. If I say when I started the web designing, it's like that time is mobile is just starting. Mostly the people are working in websites, not like native site or like that. So that is like one learning process, how doing the work with web. And I go to a front end development. So that's like all like sharpening my coding skills and moving back to the designing. So that is always helped me while I'm designing, that keeping mind of the development skills and how they are tackling the any problem. So that all is like package for me, that always adding something what I have today. So I like not skipping anything, just go with the flow and keep doing what are you doing, and focus like the goal in mind and move forward with that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, each step along the way is a foundation that you build on, and depending on the role, sometimes that role that requires a lot of different experience from a different fields. So, design is one of them. It is one of those things. It seems easy, but it's not. It's one of the hardest field to be in. And there's different skills that required to be good at it. Can you tell us a little bit about the skills that's required and how would someone go about acquiring those skills?
For the designing role, it's like definitely when if anyone not familiar with the designing role, so they just think is just we are doing is designing things, making thing prettier, but it's not only that. And more is like I feel like soft skills are more important in designing role, as we have to communicate with different cross-functional teams, from the founders or maybe like the stakeholders, like development teams and marketing and all kind of teams, because we need to know that what kind of things they are facing. Like if like want to know more like the user insights or feedback, then you have to go with the marketing team, and you have to go with the user research team, or maybe you have to do your own research. So there are a lot of things included. Designing is always there, and communication. So I feel like there are a lot of skills included. If When I like shifted from web designing to UX level product designing, so that time I have only mind in the websites. So I'm thinking like that. So moving from that, that time is not that much of collaboration with the cross function. You are usually do is with the development, and if you want like advanced coding inside, because in web designing you already do HTML, CSS, and sometimes JavaScript. So already you know that, but if something needed, then you have to communicate. But while you coming to the product design, you have to collaboration with the whole team. So that's learning for me as well. For other skills, like usually we do like brainstorming things, like generating the ideas, understanding the users. So doing the user research is important, because not understanding the user also communicating with the stakeholders, so understanding what the business goal are, because you are not just working for the user goals. You also want to incorporate the business needs as well, because that's the product about. That's how you build the product. So the user research is also a main part, and user research under that umbrella, it's a lot of different things, like interviewing the user or surveying the user, gathering that ideas and like insights, and analysis that, and how to present that with the other cross-functional teams, and putting your points, like what you designed and how that will be benefit to the product as well as the user, and showing that the user really needs it, and prove that thing, like advocating the design. That is also a big part, because sometimes some uh, other team members don't understand that why you need to add that design or that user flow, and to make a better product. So advocating is also a part of that. So yeah, and how whole the design process is include everything, like user flow and user architecture. Yeah.
Okay. And how would you go about, developing those skills so that, you can become a lead like you?
For the working those skills, I feel like just to practice, like whatever you have it, just go with it. Sometimes when you join some companies, they have more focused on like maybe in one thing, um, and they just maybe ask. They don't ask you that if you want to come and do these things or not. You have to take initiative and reach out to them. If you like, I am like open for user research. If you have like thinking to add me on that team, can you please do it? If whenever opportunity comes, so that way they know, okay, you are open for that, and in future or maybe in recent time, whenever they want, they can add it. Then you can just try to import it. Whenever you just start with the like small steps, they will take you to the long run.
Yeah, yeah. So everything definitely starts small. It's really about deep understanding about the small steps. And once you understand small steps, you can just build on top of that. And once you build on top, eventually you see the entire big thing, complex thing. So, so in terms of, those are the hard skills, but these are also soft skills and other also mindsets as well. So like for you, like what are the specific daily habits or mindsets you have developed over time?
For mindset, it's like it's in designing is like more understanding other people, and mostly like it's kind of like understanding human psychology, because when we are talking about user needs, every user is different, and every user is like communicating with the computer, it's differently. I think some people understand your product process very well, and other is might not. So that's reflect when we do a usability testing. So sometimes it's feel like easy path for you, but it's not for other. If they are new in technology, they are not tech savvy, they don't know where to find some buttons or how they move forward with. So thinking of that is not thinking of only the tech savvy generations, but thinking of all kind of generation, maybe like coming one new generations as well, and keeping in mind of that, and creating product on based of that. So it's that empathetic thing is like always keep building. I feel like whenever I design, sometimes I design something and I didn't think of it like that. That portion might be problem for someone, but yeah, that occurs while we do usability testing, and I feel like you can't you can't like design for 100% satisfaction for each and every person who is using that product, but is we are trying to do like maximum as much as can, so people feel satisfied after using that product. So yeah, empathy is one of the thing you keep building. Also some designing tools, it's like evolving each and every time. Recently AI is everywhere, so yeah, learning that as well is important. Just going with the new technology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And a big part of it is, actually being, staying up to date. So how do you go about staying up to date in terms of, the different technology, different techniques, and, the different approaches to design?
Yeah, doing up to date is very important. So as I said, like AI is everywhere, and slowly including new technology in your workflow is important. So I suggest that learning new technology, even it's not part of your current job role, just keep doing for side project as well. So you can keep up to date on that one. Um, for the like building the skills on that, I suggest like slowly you can include in your role as well. So you can pitch like to a your manager or anyone that this is a new technology and we should include it, and what is the beneficial of this. So if they like it, maybe sometimes they agree to add it because they don't know what is in market, and if it's how they beneficial to your design team, so that will also help.
What are some of your proudest accomplishments?
For my proudest accomplishment, I feel like when some of the things I did is like trying front end development, because I did it in my master's. After that, I did my web designing. I have some skills on HTML, CSS, and all, but I didn't focus fully on the front end development. So I did that, and I get to know what is the need of the development side. Because when I designing, I always don't keep in mind that in beginning that how they are working and what kind of the needs and what the expectation they have from the designer. I don't know about that, but while working on like other side of it, so I know that part. So that is always building some area of thinking for me. So that is, I feel like it's one of kind of the achievement. And mostly the products I'm working on, it's the also is one big achievement for me. Some of them is going really well. Some of the websites are really going well, and they have good repo. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Congratulations on all those accomplishments. So if so starting out in this field, do you have any, do you have any tips on how they should get started?
For the new joining on the designing side, I feel like right now it's just not for designing, because I see a lot of competitive market currently in the designing. So just designing skill wouldn't get you if you want to move ahead. You want to learn, you have to learn more like cross-functional things and communication. You are it's everything is more about the communication, how you present your idea, how you present, either you want to work as a freelancer or in working in some other companies, you need to be a good communicator. So you like explain whatever you want to do it in design, or how you advocate it and what is the beneficial or whatever it is. So I feel like you should work on that. um, Working, like maybe doing some courses is also beneficial. Right now is like a lot of courses are there. Maybe that wouldn't take you to a job, but definitely they will add you the skills which you needed, and that will you can improve. I also suggest take some internship, because that is like hands-on experience is a must, because that will give you a whole environment, have you collaboration with the cross-functional, and what kind of real-time problems you face while working with the product. That will definitely brush up all kind of the assumptions you have while you are in like new joining. So yeah, that's my tip.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, like even you have the best idea, if you cannot communicate it, I mean, like it doesn't go anywhere. And nowadays, it's so important to be upskilling all the time. So even if you are, even if you're starting out, or even if you are have so many years or decades of experience, you have to continue to learn and upskill yourself. Otherwise, just fall behind. Especially with AI. Nowadays, just eating everything up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So your journey, I mean, like, definitely, it has been, a lot of different winding roads and things like that. And I'm sure, there's also, while you have a lot of accomplishments, which is awesome, but at the same time, I'm sure there's also a lot of challenges along the way as well. Can you share some of the challenges that you have hit, and how did you go about overcoming those challenges along the way?
For the challenges, I feel like when I moved to a US, that is like one of the challenge coming here, and because there is most like a culture different. So as a designer, most of thing I'm thinking is about the user, but the group of user now is changed. Whatever I'm working is like it's different user, so their thinking process is different, and the process is different. So learning about the culture and how they are doing and interacting with the computer is a new thing for me. And I know that it's not like you just read something and learn it. No, that just comes with when you are communicate with the audience, and how much they like their thinking process and understanding their psychology. So that is one of the challenge I faced. And yeah, I feel like I have now a better understanding of the that kind of users. Also, the challenge is like doing switching. As I said, I did like different kind of trial and error, like experiment of things with my career, but it's feel like a not finding one thing, but it's not like that. I just want to explore more. It's not a bit like total challenge, but it's more like a advantage for me now. It's been beginning, it's feel like a challenge, but it's converted to advantage now. Then other one is taking a break after the in like my maternity leave, almost like 2 years, and coming back to the career is really difficult, because technology is evolving each and every time, and going back on the career with a baby, that's a really tough one for me that time. And yeah, it's like, but yeah, I somehow find my supportive teammates, and I learned quickly, and yeah, move forward with that is easier for me then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Each of us is actually, always under our cultural influence, and the way we communicate, the way we perceive feedback, and things like that, is very different from culture to culture. A nice thing that you say to someone in one culture could be a bad thing to another culture.
Yeah,
It's very tricky. So,
I
uh,
know.
And of course, the other challenge you can mention, understanding the other person, being empathetic, like that's one of the key skills that's extremely critical, but at the same time, it's also extremely hard to develop as well. So
That's true.
great that you have overcome those challenges. So yeah, one final question for you. So now that you have reached where you are today, as a lead product designer, so what's next? What's your dream?
Definitely improve, like going forward with more senior kind of role in designing, either maybe creating something my own, my personal brand, either of that. Um, I like to mentor some other designers, or maybe more like as you say, you're working more on like woman tech. So I like to do that as well. That's I really want to work on in my future.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. It's definitely important to actually build something of your own as you gain experience. Just simply working for someone else's mission or someone else's dream. So yeah, I'm so excited to look forward to your future. And thank you for sharing your professional journey to inspire others.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I really have a great time to express my experience, and yeah, I hope that will help and somebody to push their dreams. And yeah,
Awesome. Thank you.
thank you.
For listening and hope that inspired you to reach the top. To get some help, check out our free services at humanprosperity.io.